Happy New Year and welcome to today's video. If this is your first time here, I'm Amber. I make kind of crunchy motherhood and lifestyle videos. If you like that sort of thing, please hit that subscribe button down below. I'd love to have you here more often. The new year, of course, is all about resolutions, goal, and intention setting. And honestly, that's not really my thing because I'm kind of a habitual goal and intention setter, but I didn't want to leave you hanging. So today I'm sharing 3 simple and mindful resolutions that I've actually been working on for a while that are a great way to connect more with your kids and your partner and to slow yourself down during this new year. And when I say these are short and simple, I'm not kidding because I think I heard yesterday on NPR that most people abandon their resolutions by like February. So I was like, no, let's make this as easy as possible so that you can actually stick to these and see these through. Okay, so here we go. So the first one is to take time every day or even every other day to practice meditation or just intentional mindful breathing with your kids. That is an important factor though with your kids part because I think that sometimes some of these like self-care things almost seem out of reach because it feels like you don't have time, or when you do have time, you're just like too tired to even think about doing something that requires a little extra energy. So that is why it's a great idea to actually include your kids like while they're around or they're awake or whatever. And I am pretty sure that if your kids are like young, they will probably be so happy that you're including them in something that you're doing. My son's only 1.5 and he loves when I ask him to like help me unload the dishwasher or something like that. Like you can just tell that he's so proud and excited to be a part of something that I'm doing. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like if 10 minutes is too much, then 10 minutes is too much. Even 3 to 5 minutes of meditation is amazing for your mind, body, and spirit. And you could find like kid-friendly ones on Spotify or YouTube, or if you even feel like that's too much, just taking 30 seconds to a minute to mindfully and intentionally practice some breathing, like either counting your inhales and exhales or like 4 seconds in and then 6 seconds out through your mouth. All of that is great. And like I said, just 30 seconds to a minute. We all have 30 seconds. And if your kids are too young to actually understand what you're doing and to join in with you, you could just do it in front of them, like while they're playing or if they can't move around, if they're just kind of like laying there. Because kids, even from like a really young age, are learning from what they see us doing. So right now, I don't take time usually to like do a guided meditation, but I absolutely will practice deep breathing or mindful breathing in front of him, especially if he's like having a little bit of a meltdown. I can tell him like take some breaths with me. He's not gonna fully comprehend that at this point, but I go ahead and tell him and then I start taking deep breaths. So I think this is a great resolution to set for yourself and your kids because not only are you helping to regulate yourself, but you're doing something that's good for you, for them, and you're teaching them about healthy habits and routines from a really young age. The second one is to make time as often as you can. I'd say every day, but even every other day if your schedule is like really loaded, to intentionally play with your kid or your kids. Taking like 5 to 10 minutes to turn off the TV, put away the phone, and just play with them without letting your adult brain get in the way and tell you like this feels silly, but to really like get down on their level and to get invested in what they're doing. It's a small thing, but my son loves it when I give him that undivided attention to just do whatever it is that he's already doing or what he wants to do. This is an amazing way to really connect and bond with your kids. And I personally want my son to know and remember that I always made time for him, that I always prioritized him and took time out of like my adult life to spend one-on-one time with him doing something that he's interested in or something that he wants to do. This is also really good for you because I know that a lot of us are really busy and we just tend to be like, go, 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 go. So this is an amazing way to slow yourself down to your child's pace, like just a little bit. All right, and the third one is to be more mindful about meal times. Can you guess what I'm talking about here? It's the phones primarily. Alex and I have absolutely been guilty about having our phone just like near us during meal times. And when they're right there, we just find ourselves picking them up and checking them for absolutely no reason. But it's not necessarily the phone, it's also the TV. So having the phones in a completely different spot when you're sitting down and eating with your family and turning the TV off. I remember meal times growing up when phones weren't as big of a part of our lives as they are now, and I really want to keep that alive where it was a time of connecting with each other, talking to each other, and hearing about how everyone's day went. So that's something I want to prioritize. I don't want to just sit in silence at dinner because we're listening to the TV or we all have our phones, so we're just looking at that every couple of minutes instead of actually taking the time to talk and listen to each other. So the easiest thing is just turn off the TV, put the phone away, and just enjoy that time together as a family. So that's it. Those are the 3 resolutions. The great thing about all of these is that they are easy to incorporate into your daily routine and to see through this year as long as you stay disciplined and consistent. And I am positive they will all create a more peaceful, happy, and loving environment in your home. If you have any New Year's goals or resolutions that you want to share, please leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear about them. I hope that you have a beautiful New Year and rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!